In today's society, there are two main classes of men: alpha males and beta males. The former epitomize confidence, self-respect, leadership, charisma, masculinity, and independence. Beta males are your typical nice guys who are often weak in character and self-esteem, exhibit great dependence on women in the social environment, and tend to put their own needs and emotions last. There is a small portion of men that don't quite fit into either category. These guys are called sigma males. They are very rare in society. They are the enigma of the male gender. They are both alpha and beta males rolled into one, yet they are neither. Sigma men are determined to have their own identity. They are the men that don't care what others think about them, so they live their lives as they want. Sigma males are independent thinkers and they don't mind going against the grain. They are both creative and sensible, complex and simple, masculine and gentle. They have a high degree of self-respect. They know what they want and they aren't afraid to go out and get it. Yet at the same time, Sigma males are gentle, kind, and helpful. They have strong personalities but they tend to remain modest. Sigma males are often seen as mysteries by other people because they aren't easy to understand. They tend to be smarter, more mature, and more worldly than the average person is. They can be very complex and difficult to read, but they are usually extremely witty. Often misunderstood and mistreated for their unique attributes, Sigma males are almost always characterized as something negative. The truth is that they are misunderstood by society, and often the only outlet they have to express themselves is through a misunderstood behavior. They are special, and it is time for society to begin to look at Sigma males in a better light. They are unique because they have traits that many alpha males do not. They are often artistic, open-minded, and not focused on traditional male pursuits. They are often passionate, which is part of why they are so misunderstood. They have a deep emotional side that they do not want to show and keep hidden from the world. This is why they are often hard to deal with. Not only does it take time for you to get to know them, but it is hard for them to trust others. Let's see what makes Sigma males so special. They hate when people try to probe into their lives. Most men out there love sharing stories about themselves in order to make a good impression on others, but the only problem is that Sigma males are not like most men. They prefer keeping things close to their chests at all times, and will become extremely annoyed if you ever try to ask them personal questions that they were not expecting. In fact, these men will most likely end up giving you a fake phone number if they catch on to your tactics, so it is in your best interests not to try anything. They would rather confide in people who they can trust with their lives, and this list does not include random individuals that they have just met. They refuse to conform. The number one thing that separates Sigma males from other people in society is the fact that they won't allow themselves to conform to the average routine of life. In fact, these individuals use their intuition to determine whether or not something is worth doing, before they ultimately make a decision based on this information. It doesn't matter if you think that they are making all the wrong choices in life, because Sigma males know exactly what works best for them at any given time. They would rather take the easy way out. It might sound like a contradiction, but Sigma males never feel as if they should have to work hard just to get by. Instead of trying to put in the effort that is required for other people to survive, these men would prefer taking shortcuts whenever possible so that they can get ahead, without having to worry about things such as obstacles along the way. They want their lives to be smooth sailing from beginning until end, and this means that they will look for anything else that can make their overall experience much more enjoyable in general. They are extremely creative. In order for any man out there to feel confident when interacting with other people, he has to know how he stands out from the crowd in some way or another. For Sigma males, this factor usually manifests itself in the form of creativity, which is why they often spend hours upon hours trying to come up with new ideas that could potentially be beneficial for them later down the line. They are not interested in following a certain path that has been laid out for them by society, and instead want to explore their options from scratch. They like quiet and peaceful places. If you find yourself in the company of a Sigma male, then you might want to go somewhere that is comfortable and silent enough for both of you to enjoy yourselves undisturbed. They dislike crowds and parties with a passion, because these lead to social noise which goes against everything they stand for. They don't like being surrounded by too many people, unless they have chosen this environment on purpose. This doesn't mean though that going out alone would be any better either. In most cases, they prefer a quiet park or a private room, where they can feel at ease without anyone disturbing their thoughts or movements. You will never know what he wants until you ask him directly. Because Sigma men value independence greatly, they do not actually care for what others think of them. This doesn't mean that they will not try to satisfy the desires of others if given the chance, it's just not high on their list of priorities. When you are in a relationship with one, you may have to take the initiative and ask directly what it is that they want. They are likely to keep their opinions to themselves until someone asks them. These individuals are incredible listeners. One thing that people don't understand about Sigma males is the fact that they actually love listening to what other people have to say. Sure, they might not show it during the early stages of your friendship, but they actually want to get to know you better on a personal level at all times. These men will listen to everything that you say before responding, and this means that they can provide some very valuable feedback when it comes to anything in life. They don't mind being alone. Since Sigma males see a lot of value in time spent on their own, they will often make a point to avoid social events whenever possible. Instead of wasting time with other people, these men would rather take some time to themselves in order to plot out the next move they should make when it comes to achieving success, or moving on to something better in general. You will never come across a Sigma male who doesn't enjoy getting lost in their own thoughts from time to time, so you might have to learn how to deal with this behavior if you want to keep the relationship going strong. They are very loyal. Since Sigma males are so intelligent and hardworking individuals, they will often go out of their way to prove themselves whenever possible. If you happen to be someone who is important in their lives, you can count on sharing a long-lasting bond with these men no matter what it takes. They might come across as distant at times due to the fact that they always have more work to do, but your love interest will never abandon you for any reason if given the chance. They are very open-minded. You will never come across a Sigma male who doesn't try his best to maintain an open mind about everything that goes on within the world around him. These men realize that everyone has unique perspectives to offer, so they enjoy taking advantage of those opportunities whenever possible, so that they can make better decisions as a result. These guys love learning from others whenever possible since they have been great students throughout their lives. They are usually well liked by others, but they don't seem to care that much about what people have to say in general. Sigma males are very open-minded individuals who follow their passions wherever they lead them. What sets these guys apart from the rest is the fact that they can maintain an active state of curiosity, without having to put too much attention on what anyone else thinks about their actions. This does cause some social problems, but since they crave learning more than anything else, this doesn't affect them all that much in the long run. They are very charming. Sigma males are charming individuals, which makes them seem more desirable to the opposite sex. These men know how to turn on the charm whenever the occasion calls for it, and this is incredibly useful in situations that might seem intimidating or tense at first. They understand how to act around other people, which helps them appear more desirable than what you would initially expect from their outward appearance. They do what they love. You will see that Sigma males don't waste any time doing things that bore them, or waste their time on pursuits that aren't challenging enough for their liking. Instead, they seek out activities and opportunities that motivate them to grow as individuals, which allows them to improve their lives in the long run. If you want a guy who is highly ambitious and motivated regarding what they do, then this is something that you should look for. Sigma males are very busy individuals, meaning that it is incredibly easy to lose track of them if you aren't prepared. This doesn't mean that they don't want to spend time with people, but it does mean that they prioritize their personal growth above all else more often than not. In conclusion, we all know that there are many different types of individuals in this world who prefer doing things differently than everyone else does, as well as those who feel as though they don't fit into any specific category whatsoever. Sigma males tend to fall into the second category, since these guys were born knowing that they would never be like anyone else on the planet, due to their natural ability to become whatever it is that they want whenever possible. This makes it incredibly easy for them to avoid labels and stereotypes whenever possible, which is exactly what they usually do. You might still be wondering why Sigma males are so special, and the answer lies in their ability to use their unique traits to make a difference with their lives. If you happen to be lucky enough to come across one of these special individuals, then there's almost no way that you won't enjoy having them around, due to the fact that most of them are always looking for ways to make others feel good about themselves in the long run.